So something I wanted to share with y'all today, because I've already used it twice today. And this is going to be very different for every family, depending upon your son's age and where he's personally at, how your family does things. So it's going to be extremely individualized per situation. But something that I just organically started doing with my son, he is 14 going on 18 in many ways. He's 6'1", he towers over me. He's a good boy, very good boy. I love him. I don't know what I would do without him. But there is always room for improvement, right? Every single one of us. Every single child of mine is human, and just like me, we all have a very long list of things we can improve on. And I always tell my oldest son, my goals for him, of course, we have these smaller short-term goals, right? With just being a decent human in school and sports and those things. But my main goals for him is to help mold him into the best husband and father he can be one day, and to help get him to heaven. Ultimately, those are my goals for him and myself dealing with him. And, I always tell him, no matter what we've been through and what he's done or what he does as he's growing up, I'm always you can never outrun my love. So there is never something you can do. If you commit the most heinous crimes and are forever sentenced to prison, will my heart be broken? Will I be forever destroyed and disappointed? Yes, but I will be at that jail cell visiting you every single day and praying over him. But anyways, sometimes I get really impatient. When I have to ask my children to do something that should just already be an expectation. If you see your mother struggling to carry in groceries, I don't care what child it is. I don't care if it's my son who's going to be turning 6 next month. Any one of my daughters, you comment, "Mom, let me grab a couple of bags. Let me help you, Mom. Let me get the door." There's just basic things like that, right? That our children should be like. You don't even have to be like, "Excuse me, help me." And so anyways, with my son, I've wanted to get to these points of, when I pull up to a gas station, I just, now just kind of sit. He knows, he grabs the card, he gets out, he fills up the gas for me. It's just an expectation. These are just gentleman-like things. This morning after church, a couple of the kids and I went grocery shopping, and, the cart was very heavy after I paid. I just kind of let him go forward. He was pushing I almost said the golf cart, the shopping cart out to the car for me. I immediately, and I can see how some of y'all are going to take this the wrong way and be like, "Boy, don't you just think you're the queen?" But I'm just going to be honest. I immediately went, I unlocked the vehicle, went into the driver's seat, started the car, got the air on. But my son immediately knew it's his job. He went to the back of the vehicle, opened the trunk, unloaded the groceries. When we pulled into the driveway, I grabbed a couple bags. Of course, my other daughter who was with us, she grabbed a couple bags. But my son immediately goes to the back, gets all the heavy stuff. He gets the remainder of things, brings it in the house. And so there's just, there's other things where there's still, the pieces aren't all there. And I get, I lose my patience. For instance, when the garbage is overflowing, he knows that is his job. And I always have to ask him to take the garbage out. And it's dude, just one time, impress me and take the garbage out without me asking you. But I think it's really important that we, at a certain point, we think we are preparing our sons, our young men, to become future husbands and fathers, future providers, future caretakers of their family. And so there's my other little guy. And so I think it's wildly important that we have to start instilling these things into them early as we can. And so while nothing is perfect, with any child, it is really important that we are thinking, okay, this child of mine is, God willing, going to be the head of his family one day, and he is going to be leading them well and being a good husband and being a good father and being a good provider and caretaker. And I want his wife one day to be like, thank you for raising a good son. Thank you for not babying him too much or enabling him in this way. And, because there's times I have done that, it's such a gentle dance with our children, our sons and daughters of all ages. And it's like, are you too hard? Are you too lenient? Are you just not following through? So just thought I'd share these things of, and maybe you want to try it, maybe you're completely against it, but that I just started to do without thinking and without even asking, of just insinuating like, oh, he's going to do this. Like, I'm not doing it. I will walk past the trunk and the cart of groceries and he will load them, pulling up to the gas pump, and he knows to get out and do the gas. And I'm carrying something heavy. He knows that he needs to come up. And again, this is not just me. This isn't just putting mom on some pedal. This is for his sisters. This is for any type of woman or man that he sees in public who is struggling. Anyone who needs a hand. And he's actually really good about this. He's such an empath. He has a huge heart. When my son sees someone, even if he has to really sprint to get to them, and who sees someone who would struggle opening the door, you have to say nothing to him. He will go and do it and help them. If he sees a child with special needs or physical disabilities and he can help them in some way. And what I love about my oldest son is he doesn't want praise for it. He doesn't want recognition. He doesn't even want you to be like, dude, that was really nice. He just does it to do it, which I love. And so I think it's like every day, all these different experiences, even at the grocery store or at the gas station, are just teachable moments of how we're molding them to, and I think it's so lost on us as we're seeing a lot of men today are weak. A lot of men today are feminine. This is lost on a lot of men. So it is our job to make sure we're preparing them.